shopping like this whole time? Oh, okay. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing all of the books that I bought in January. So in the past I do like a big huge like haul sporadically, pretty much like when I get a big stack of books or whatever, or like when I buy a bunch at once. Or like for my birthday, I always do a big birthday haul. But this year I was like, I really want to see like how many books I buy on average a month. So this is kind of for my tracking purposes. Like this is just how the speed and the volume which I naturally buy books. Like I'm not buying them for a purpose, like, you know, for my birthday or like there's a sale. Like this is the amount of books that I organically bought in January. And seeing the number of books is kind of eye-opening. I'm like, have I been doing this have I been shopping like this whole time? You know, it's okay because it could be drugs, but it's not, it's books. So yeah, I'm gonna share with you guys all the books that I bought in January. I have a little bit of most genres. I don't have any YA, but from my reading experiences last month and currently as I'm filming this, like I've been sleeping on YA, so I really need to spend more time over there and like get into those books. So let's start with the boring stuff. I'm gonna start with my nonfiction. Okay, so we'll make it real quick because I know you don't really care about this stuff. At least my platform, I don't imagine, cares about nonfiction because I really haven't read a lot of nonfiction. But first, I got Robert's Rules for Dummies. I recently got on a board in one of my community organizations and I am parliamentarian, so I need Robert's Rules. I picked up Robert's Rules. I said, no, let's make it palatable for me. So I got this as a reference. Then I got Madness, Race and Insanity in a Jim Crow Asylum by Antonia Hilton. One of you guys mentioned, when I was talking about nonfiction books last year, I think it was, well, of course it was last year. I mean, like towards the beginning of last year. And I said that I wanted to read nonfiction, or that I was talking about some of my favorite nonfiction books that I've already read. This was a recommendation from you guys. And I finally picked it up because I know I don't read a lot of nonfiction like volume wise, but this has stayed in front of my mind, so I picked this one up. Then I got The Color of Law, A Forgotten History of How Our Government Segregated America by Richard Rothstein or Rothstein. This was a recommendation by the favored reader. You know, that girl is always in my pockets. So I picked this one up, but as a homeowner, like, and someone who would be interested, well, not interested, I would buy another home again in the future, depending on where I end up settling, like for the long term. I want to know what I'm up against. I want to know what could be hiding between the pages, because I know there are things hiding within the pages. Like the community organization that I told you guys that I'm involved in, a part of that, a leg of that is advocacy. And our president was talking about how, she's a realtor, and she's talking about how there is a lot of little nuances and a lot of like maybe overshadowed things that are weaved into the real estate industry against our community. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? So I would just love to see and read more of that. And there's a second book, like a companion book to this. I can't remember what it's called, but my bookstore did have it, I believe. I just didn't pick it up because I want to read this one first. So I got that. Now, next, let's go to the smallest section to the largest section that I have. I have This Cursed House by Del Sandine. I had my eye on this last year. I never pulled the trigger because it is horror. Ooh, excuse me. And I was like, no, I don't want to read horror. Like, I'm a scaredy cat. But as I've been reading thrillers, and I'll talk to you guys about this, as I've been reading thrillers and I felt kind of like I need more from my thrillers, I feel like I need to kick it up a notch with horror. So I picked this one up, and this is about a girl, well, I think she's a grown-up. It's from, set in 1962. She's 27. Yes, okay, so she's 27 and she's desperate to escape her circumstances. She takes a job at the house of a family who everybody in town is like, you sure you want to take that job? You sure you want to go the other way? Because you asking for to get dropped off in this neighborhood. I feel like you need to be going over here because everything ain't all copacetic over there. She's like, no, this is a job. I need the money. I need the job. And apparently, you know, creepy house. There are going to be signs that she needs to get out of the house, but she's just clearly not going to see the signs and not get out the house, and it's going to get crazy. I don't know, but this is going to have me talking back to the book, and sometimes that's what I'm in the mood for. Okay. The next smallest section I have is contemporary fiction, and I picked up The Bright Years by Sarah Damoff. I love this cover. It's so pretty. This is about a husband and a wife. They're newlyweds, I think. Yep, they're newlyweds. Husband and a wife. They get married. She has a secret son her husband doesn't know about. The husband has a secret alcohol addiction. Is it alcohol? Yeah, secret alcohol addiction that she doesn't know about. And they're trying to work through that. They end up having a baby, and the baby grows up and sees all of the tension and the turmoil between the two of them. Then the book pretty much, like, I guess it spans a couple of timelines. Yeah, it talks about each generation in a family torn apart by tragedy, but over time restored by the power of grace and compassion. So the kid ends up growing up through that, and I guess we see the perspectives of each of those characters as time goes on. And I just felt like it's probably going to be a little bit heartbreaking. A girl on Instagram was talking about this book, and she had such a powerful like reaction to it. I was like, I want a powerful reaction. So I picked it up. And I'm hit or miss with like family sagas, for real. I'm hit or miss. I'm really hit or miss on like how I feel about those types of things. I'm hit or miss on the multiple timelines thing. I really have to be in the mood for that, because I feel like those books are slower. And sometimes, a lot of times, I don't even want a slow book. I want it to grip me and hold on tight, don't let go to the last page. And I feel like sometimes those books really don't do that for me. But I am really interested in the themes of those types of books. So I just weigh those. Okay, next I have this book called Psych by Fred Lunzer. The cover really got me. I love the purple. The velvet shades, that's really cool. The title got me, for real. Like, psych, what do you mean? This is a lit fic, I want to say, and the little tiny blurb here at the top says, a story of boy meets girl meets AI therapist. Psych explores our aching pursuit of love and self-control. So I think that there's a couple, a boyfriend and girlfriend. They're in a relationship, and he has a AI psychotherapist or whatever. He has an AI psychotherapist, and he's using the AI psychotherapist to like help him through the relationship. His girlfriend is vehemently against the AI psychotherapist. And I guess we just kind of see like how that pans out or something. Yeah, we span the first year of their relationship. It says Psych is a story of two people wrestling with connection, identity, success, and the limits of our obsession with self-analysis and awareness. I feel like this is probably like, and I looked at the back on the author's note. He has experience in AI. He works in business and AI strategy. So I feel like he knows a little bit about what he's talking about, and I don't know if he like sees the insights of the data of AI or whatnot, but I know just from like social media, like people be using AI to like, you know, as a therapist sometimes, because they feel like that's literally sufficient. So this might be like satirical based on like the fact that people do use AI for their actual therapist. But in this book, like, that is the actual role of this AI psychotherapist, like it's legit or whatever. So I don't know, I feel like that'd be interesting. And that makes me think of another book that I have, Loneliness and Company. This one here, I haven't read it yet, but it is about AI and friendship. So like, I feel like I could probably read both of these, like, you know, together or close and compare, you know, what the authors are, where they're going with this AI. Next, I have some fantasy books. I will tell you guys this one first. I already talked about an Arcane Inheritance because I read this in January, and I talked about this in my January reading wrap up. The cover, the edges is fantastic. This is a this is a YA dark academia book with a little bit, it's a little bit fantasy. It is fantasy, a little bit fantasy, little bit of romance. I would not call it romantasy. More dark academia fantasy than romantasy. There is romance in it, but yes, I picked this one up. If you want to see more of my thoughts, check out my January reading wrap up. And then next I have The Second Death of Locke by V.L. Bovalino. Yeah, Bovalino. The blurb on the front says gritty, romantic, and breathlessly fierce. So all I know about this one is the magic system is unique in that it requires two people. There is like the vessel for the magic, but that like holds the magic, right, in their body, but they can't use the magic. And then there is like the conjurer of the magic who can conjure magic, but they don't hold it within themselves. So they are like paired together. And that's all I know. I was like, that's really unique. This is book 1 of a series. The rest are not out yet. No, I just saw it's by Forever. And if I'm not mistaken, Forever is the same publishing imprint that does, yeah, they're the same publishing imprint that does Kennedy Ryan. So there's gotta be something good in there, right? And then next I have, finally for my fantasy, I have Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Sorrow by V.E. Schwab. I love, and this is a signed copy, you guys. Is the last one that they had, the signed copy. I wish it was like personalized, you know, but like I wasn't there when she signed it. So there's that. But I loved, girl, what's the name of the book? What is it? The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I love that book. I cried my little eyeballs out in that book. It lives rent-free in my head. I love that book. I love the storytelling. It was a little bit slow, and I know I was just saying like I like a book to grip me from the beginning to end, and to be fair, to be honest, that one really didn't grip me right out the gate. It was a little bit slow, but I was intrigued enough at the time. Like it was like, I think September, October, November, I was like in a cozy, like gothic mystery, mystic vibe or whatever. So like I'm okay with a slower story at that time, you know, like it depends on the time. But when I got into that story, it literally took me. So I immediately, I'm like, I need to read more of V.E. Schwab's work. I bought more of her books. I bought another series. I haven't read it yet because this is a series. This is a standalone. Okay, so I can commit to this. This is also about vampires. Now, up until I read Immortal Dark, I wasn't a vampire girly, okay? If it had vampires in it, I'm not picking it up. Not because I'm scared of vampires or anything, but like they just don't do anything for me. Like I'm not a mythical creature type of girl. Like I don't care if they're dragons. I don't care if they're friggin' fae creatures. I don't care if they're werewolves. I don't care about any of that. Like that's not alluring to me. I don't hate it. I'm not averse to it, but like that's not gonna be a selling point at all. That really wasn't a selling point for this book necessarily, but like I'm not like, oh, it's vampires, like I don't want to touch it. So this is about I'll just read the blurb. It's really quick. It says 3 young women, their bodies planted in the same soil, their stories tangling like roots. One grows high, and one grows deep, and one grows wild. All of them grow teeth because they all turn into vampires. And this one is along 3 different women, and it's 3 different storylines. Like I think one's like 1400s or something, 1500s in Santo Domingo, The second one is 1800s in London. And the third one is in 2019 in Boston. One of them is a story about hunger, one's a story about love, and one's a story about rage. Ooh, you know I love a female rage. I'm really looking forward to reading this. The only reason why I'm not reading it in February is because the author ain't black, and I'm reading nothing but black authors in February. I normally read mostly black authors, but I'm being particularly intentional about that in February. So this one is going to have to wait. Maybe March for like Women's History Month. Okay. Lastly, but not least, I have my romance books. For a while there, like, I was not buying romance books. I have a lot of romance books, but I was not buying any new ones for some reason. And these ones, I won't say that they're like super anticipated, but like they definitely caught my eye. So first up, I will go with the one that, again, I've talked to you guys about already because I read it in January, and that is Restore Me by J.L. Seegers. This is my first J.L. Seegers book. It will not be my last. I am definitely going to pick up the rest of the series. I love the covers of these. They're so sensual. They're so intimate. They're so sexy, but like grown and sexy, you know. They're not like, you know, Fabio with his chest bursting out, you know what I mean? Like, please relax. So yeah, I really love this book, so I won't talk your head off about it. Again, if you want to know more of my thoughts, I have a reading vlog of me reading this, and I have my reading wrap up for my January reading wrap up if you want to know more about my thoughts on that book. But I love that. Then I guess I'll talk about this one, Fake It Till You Bake It by Jamie Wesley. I own this book. I read this book. I talked about it a little bit in my Shop My Shelves. This is a repurchase because I didn't give it a fair chance the first time, and I really want to read the second book, but I want to give the first book a good chance before I get into the second one. It's girl rationale for why I picked this book up again, but I know it's really cute and really sweet. I know that much. Next, I have Half Blown Rose by Lisa Cross Smith. I showed you guys me shopping this in one of my Barnes & Noble shopping vlogs. I like Lisa Cross Smith's writing. I've read one book by her. I have a second book by her, and I didn't know that this one even existed. I thought the one that I picked up and the one that I've read was her first book, but apparently she has others, and I was like, well, I want that. So I went ahead and I picked it up. I truly have no clue what it's talking about, but it's blurbed by everybody's favorite, Taylor Jenkins Reid. I haven't read from her, but I like the author. I saw a book by the author that I already have, and I want it. So that's why I picked that up. Next, I have Till Summer Do Us Part by Megan Quinn. Aaliyah always talks about Megan Quinn and how her writing is like so freaking funny and a little bit spicy, so I'll keep that in mind when I pick this up. But the books that I've seen recently from her, or that just stick out to me, are like her Christmas books, and I really wasn't in the mood for Christmassy books this Christmas season. I don't know why. I think I read one, maybe two Christmas books this season, but like I didn't want to. And then her book's mad long, so like, no. So I've picked this one up because it's a summer springtime book. So I'm like, okay, I can read that pretty much any time of year and be okay with it. But yeah, this will be my first Megan Quinn, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how I like her writing style and her storytelling. And then I have two more books by Lauren Lacey, The World Around Us and The Winning Play. This one just came out, and I really wanted to get into it. I read my first Lauren Lacey book, I want to say December. It was recent, but it wasn't January. I want to say it was in December. I read The Love Syllabus, and it was so cute. It was so cute, so sweet. I really liked the storytelling. I really liked the writing style. I liked the romance. I appreciated the spice, the tension. There was so much tension in that book. The male main character left something to be desired, but it was entertaining. I liked the reading experience that I had. So I wanted to go ahead and get these two. I have no idea what they're about, but I just really, Lauren Lacey is somebody that I really want to support, and I really want to get into their writing. I feel like this is my type of romance. I feel like the way she writes, her type of romance books are my type of romances. So yeah, I picked these up. And those are all of the books that I got in January, you guys. Let me count them really quick. I got 15 books in January. I am definitely going to be keeping up on these statistics moving forward in the future, because if I average 15 books a month purchasing, that I don't know how I feel about that. I do not know how I feel about that. But, you know, like I said, it could be drugs. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you've read any of these books, please leave your thoughts down below in the comments, because some of these I bought just because like I like the author already. Some of them I bought because, like I said, like I was influenced by someone else, but I want to know what you guys think in particular. If you like this style of video, please give it a thumbs up and or a hype, whichever you like. And if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. Other than that, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.